where we didn't really expect it. FaZe, I think against Spirit on it as well, you know. So there were some big games played on Inferno, definitely.
No, exactly. I think that's one of those things where it is starting to make a resurgence. Is it for the better? I don't know. It's a little bit of a broken map. I think it goes without saying, as we saw in that final map of the final. But it looks like we'll be going into a horse game in just a second, ladies and gents. Like you mentioned, Overpass is where we're going to start things, picked out by Aurora. All in that is going to be Inferno, and if we need it, Mirage is our decider. Let's get things underway here. The first best of 3 on the B stream.
adamb. Oh, there he goes. First one to chime in. Sus for the next one to chime in. Looking very good here for Metizport. Wow. No contest at all. Very ready for the Aurora pistol as well. That sort of slow creep in towards B. Try and get cheeky at short. You could see double man at short means that they were absolutely ready for this strat to come through.
It looks like it's been determined. They've definitely looked at some sort of demo or something along the lines and expected what to get out of Aurora. Now, we spoke a lot about how Nilo is a bit of a star coming into this, but on the other side, I'm going to give him his credit. Deco, man, this guy has and still is one of the best players coming out of the CIS kind of tier 2 scene. As AWPers go, he is electric. You know, a lot of people talking at the moment about Wonderful and what he's done. Him and Deco for a long time were really driving the ship of the tier 2 kind of CIS AWPing scene. And yeah, it has to be said, man. I'm really expecting big things out of him today. If Aurora want a chance, they're going to look towards him specifically to find some success. That's a good start.
It is indeed a good start, Deco, with the smoke down as well. We're going to try and buy some space. Norvi surviving a bit longer than maybe you'd expect, looking the wrong way. However, oh my goodness, it's Deco in with the double and a goosh. Oh, what has happened here?
Uh-oh.
What has happened here? 2 versus 5 in total. ZTR trying to save the day. Just managed to find the head of the first. Struggles for the second, and Norvi will take him down. That is unbelievable. What a round coming out of Deco.
Did I not warn you? Did I not say, Deco, if they want a chance to win this game, they are going to look towards Deco to make the difference. And that's exactly what he does. Man alive. What a fumble by Metizport. That is such a bad way to lose a pistol. Such a bad way to sort of map. And not only just a map, your opponent's map too. That's gotta hurt. That's seriously gotta hurt. But to already see an individual like Deco come alive in that sort of fashion is worrying signs. He is warm. He's alive. He's active. And I think it goes without saying, Metizport are going to be highly nervy in these next few. I mean, to try and shake off that sort of a 2v5 loss, it's not easy.
Very good. Yeah, such an incredible start. Like, just wild to think. Either way, they will just have to stomach it, take this round on the chin, and then go for an early rifle buy.
Kenzie. You can actually see, just not even just Kenzie, but the whole Aurora are quite kind of tentative in the approach here. They just wanted to avoid a gamble stack, which is fair enough. Metizport are kind of training together, sticking as this group. And they've gone up towards the top side, and as they've done that, Blacky's cleared up B. That should be the round in just a second. But I'm sure Metizport are at least in some way going to fight.
Oh, Lucky. Nice find from him. We'll take some decent damage. Again, yeah, like you say, Metizport sticking around here, looking to take a kill or two. Take out the Mac 10. Awkward little angle for him, but he makes it work. They will hold on, you know. Just kill bonus for Sus, I suppose. Nothing really coming off in that round, as you would expect, Aurora. Pretty solid start. Good springboard for them. And I think we're looking forward to what we're going to see out from this team. Obviously, some changes. They'll be taking it a little looser, a little faster, you know, just play around with the instincts. 4's also a pretty good overpass team, though, so I think Result will be comfortable here.
Yeah. One of those things now as well, this first gun round for Metizport is sort of everything. I'm going to come back to it, but off the back of that pistol, when your mental is a little bit shook, right, you've got to try and claw something back in your favor. And the way to do that is to come into as a first gun round and take it kind of, you know, defiantly. see if they can. Only better Util. Result will be tagged by the molly. Funny enough, as we just started the game, HKTV released their article talking about Force benching the whole roster and Result joining Aurora. So it's one of those things with kind of a lot of these Russian teams. We don't get the information until it's already happened, sort of vibe. So it's a surprise to us as it is to you guys. But Resol's a very talented rifler, so it's someone that Jerry really spoke very highly of when he brought him in towards the team. Interested to see what he can do under Aurora. Young core with a lot to like. Let's see if they can take on that young Swedish core, Metizport, and find a decent map here.
Slow start into this one, man. 40 seconds left, and we've really not seen all that much action at all. Plenty of utility remaining for Aurora. They've managed to make it up long, pretty free there. That was all part of the plan. Jaquinho. Solid hold with the A4, buy some time for a rotation to come through. Oh, goodness, it's a little deadly out here. Nilo with a catch, still keeps the pressure on towards Banana. Low HP bars here for Aurora as well. Really not the best look. Nilo, they know about him, but where's he going to be at? And the timing is ridiculous. Gets that drop onto Norva. He could make all the difference now. Lackey making a lot of noise on that flank. Has to get this kill on Nilo to want any chance at winning the round, and it's not going to happen. That is super clean from Metizport on the retake.
Yeah, that's really good to see. So that's going to be that confidence builder. And we spoke about Deco already, but Nilo, they're making a name for himself. The way we know this kid can. Really solid from him. 3 kills to his name. Isolating fights. But I think ZTR calls that retake very well. They play their time. They wait for the mistakes. They wait for the opportunities offered up by Aurora. And there they come. So, first round. Put on the board, Aurora. Them, it's about the response. Deco's only got enough money for a deagle, but honestly, in his hands, still pretty capable, still pretty scary as weapons goes. This rifle's alongside it. So the full buy does come back in favor for Aurora, but it's just a case of what they can do with it. They don't find at least a bomb plant here. Money gets broken, Metizport tie up the game, and then are kind of gifted, probably, at the very least, a bit of a kind of a room to run away with.
Yeah, definitely possible. We continue to be curious. Oh, big spam damage onto ZTR there. That's a nice start for Aurora. They'll have ultimately no idea, but still a nice start. What can they do with it? They really look to slow this pace down so far on the T side. You know, maybe see a few teams test out a rush after losing a round like that. But Aurora taking their time, playing it slow. Metizport kind of like that, you know, forward facing, especially on A at the moment.
Risky from Jaquinho. Playing in the gap between those two smokes. Time starting to tick here, though. 35 seconds to go to make a decision. It looks like that the decision is going to be B. And in comes the smoke towards heaven. They're going to pop here.
Oh, the dink for dink. Always deadly. adamb, though, in at the barrels. Flash is good over the top to get him traded. And they will hold it together. 4v2. Looks pretty damn good to me. Kinyo is around here on that backside. If he can get through Con, maybe they make something of this, but I don't think it's going to happen. So they will move away to save. Metizport have to concede the round. Aurora retain their lead.
Jaquinho and Nilo just going to keep hold of what they've got. And they should be safe to save. I say should, just because I'm worried about Kenzie getting the right idea here. And he does have some support as well. Deco. He's sticking around to see when anybody comes in that direction, but I don't think it'll be the case. 2 rifles safe for Metizport. They can buy around them, which is the main thing to a degree, in the sense that Jaquinho can drop, Nilo can drop, sort of, and adamb can pick up an investment of his own. It's going to be a bit of a janky one, and I think there's probably a way in which they actually just full save here. Maybe adamb picks up a half investment, but Jaquinho, if he has 3k in his back pocket going into the next round, they can have a guaranteed orb. So it might be a little bit of a lesser investment heading in towards this one, bar adamb, but no, they actually are just going to go for that force. So this puts them inherently in the same risk that Aurora had just then. They do not find a bomb corner around. Economy shattered in the other side. If Metizport don't find the round, they fall further behind and money starts to fall apart.
Dangerous over here. Nilo, though, keeping it together. At the side of the rock, the triple kill would have been absolutely huge. Does not come off, though, and they lose control of that long mid area, trying to get aggressive, trying to get in the face of Aurora and mix things up. And to their credit, they are ready, despite the fact, as said, that they like to play things a little slower. ZTR, nice push in behind here. This could be huge. It looks like he's going to get the perfect timing on it as Lackey is just rounded that corner. He is still watching it, though. So might be ready for this fight. Oh, looks away. Yep, ZTR's timing is just impeccable. Big kill from him. Takes it, going to run off. That'll slow them down. Obviously brings it into the 2 versus 2, but yeah, Aurora a little panicky now.
Yeah. Because now they know that there's a timer on this play. There's no point wasting any more time either. Got to get towards the site. They've got to try and clear and then prioritize a bomb plant. Put that clock above the retake, which they are gonna do. Hang on, are they wrapping B? Now this is a big risk. They've got to know that at least one person's playing towards B, and there he is. ZTR steps up one. Looks for a second, he'll find it. Really good round, leading by example there. ZTR, 3 kills to his name. The flank was beautiful. Doesn't overfight as well, which I think is the main thing. Finds that kill in towards mid, dips back down towards connector, and then just doesn't overface. It's smart, it's effective. And he goes for the long old rotate to play around towards B. Really well done. I think Aurora looked a little bit nervy once that flank had happened from ZTR. They had no idea what they were going to do. They just overthink that situation massively. Aurora, first time out for them. You know, a big question about what they're going to do. What's, you know, first and foremost is the conversation here, because the other thing we've spoken about changes, really briefly mentioned it, but Aurora no longer have their coach. Hooch stepped down all of about an hour ago. So how much detail really do they actually have?
Yeah, it's true. It is very, very true. I don't know. Weird sort of situation. Hooch has been bouncing around a little bit, man.
Yeah.
To be fair. So, yeah. Curious. Very, very curious as to what's going on there. So maybe we'll hear from him. And maybe he's just not feeling it in the same way as he was a couple of years ago. Either way, they have to make do with the situation, and felt like he wasn't in for super long anyway, so maybe there's not too much unpacking to do, not too much relearning how to play without him. Nice flash over B short. The first kill going the way of Metizport, but what the heck is going on here? Contact all the way up in Arna. Surely, yeah, ZTR not ready at all. Completely kecks himself and will get caught off guard. Nilo out from long, at least retaining a little bit of control, but they're so ready for him. Man advantage for Metizport, though. I don't know, it's just such a weird retake now.
It is. This is not feeling all too nice in the sense they grouped up, yes, but his first fight in Bank could find 2, potentially. He's not going to clear him. Does get traded. adamb drops for assault, but Kenzie and Norvi have still already ticked down half of this timer. Use it on towards the side. They're not fighting, not showing face. This should be fine. On the cross. Doesn't work out. Tapping on towards the board. They're sticking it. And they might just get it. They will. Numbers prevail for Metizport, and they just have enough time in that retake. They tied the game up 3 rounds apiece. Yes, Aurora get a bomb plant, but it's not good enough.
Yeah, this is getting a little interesting. I think Metizport, for me, with the rifles, with the sort of retakes, do look a lot better. That one rifle round that they lose is getting into the face of Aurora, but if they're letting Aurora come to them, into their setups, into their late round moves, they do look really good. So,
It's true.
my one's been so far, I think we are going to have competition out here on Overpass, which is often a worry on this map. And again, bit of a famous map for Metizport, of course. Or ZTR, beautiful spam to take out Results. Molotov keeps the rest of the team at bay, but also kind of confirms their position with a little bit of burn damage. So Aurora, obviously, on the pistols, don't really have too much of an idea of what to do or where to go. Again, just trying to get cheeky. Really trying to get cheeky. They've been liking the contact plays.
Yeah, so moving their way forward now. The pistols. Best way to go about this group up. Just trying to overwhelm somebody. If they can pick up a rifle, that'll really help. Instead, they are met with a smoke. Lackey, not gonna respect, gonna get out in front. Nate will come through. Jaquinho, little does he know, Lackey's already pushed up close through that smoke. So that could catch him off guard. And now Norby's got some support too. He's going to make his way on towards side. Jaquinho might be caught off guard here. He might be in a little bit of trouble. Back in the corner, gets one. For a second, he can't quite find it. Down he falls. Nilo's here, but only good for one himself.
This is a lot better, I think, than Aurora were expecting. The bomb has hit the deck. It takes a few seconds for them to pick it up and get the plant down. But decent smoke there. If Norby had a rifle, but he's in a really weird spot, you know, one that might not be expected. It's either not going to get checked at all, or we're going to see someone spam that angle and take him down. You know what I mean? It's sort of one of those angles. Either it's in your head, or it isn't. So very... We'll see what's going to happen there. Deco trying to find some timing. Does not quite work for him, and Susp was ready for the corner. Another clean retake coming in. Metizport not rushing themselves. There's only, you know, 15 seconds left on the bomb, but they've got the kit right. Like, the timing is really quite nice. They're not leaving it too late to get panicked, but they're also not rushing in.
I gotta say as well, Metizport, this is already looking a lot cleaner. Yes, we're seeing, you know, minor hiccups where like Aurora getting a bomb plant, or even, you know, in that situation, a couple of kills with the pistol. But the rounds are still actually starting to chain quite nicely for Metizport. This CT side started quite poorly. The only thing that we really care about now is they've actually taken back a lead, and they are looking good. So there's a lot to like. Deco into an orb, same with Jaquinho. It's gonna be a tough battle between these two. Deco, we would generally say is kind of the heavy favorite in that head-to-head. Jaquinho does have his moments. So we'll see. Double stack out towards long. I like this. And you can already see that Aurora may be expecting something of the case. Hence why they're not overfacing.
Another quiet start. Aurora, though, certainly moving a bit faster in this round, I would say. You know, we don't often see them in this deep into such a dangerous kind of spot. With that many players as well. So they are certainly feeling a little more confident with themselves. Oh, the barrel spotted. Wallbang doesn't quite come off. Nilo as well doesn't catch one, but they are overwhelming out at long. Really well read, really well played with a bit of a mid-round, and of course that bathrooms control. What a shot from Adam. Seemed to take everything out of him, though. His reactions after that was not quite as clean, quite as clinical. They will overwhelm the A-bomb site. And the fellas here on B do not fancy it. Full belts of utility, but of course an AWP and a man down. So they're going to save what they have, facilitate the buy for the next round.
Yeah, I think it's probably the right decision here. Susp and Jaquinho, such a hefty investment. Yes, they have bits of money left in the back pockets, but is it worth it trying to give it a go? I don't think so. Deco's low, agreed. Kenzie's actually in that one tap headshot ability, but and this is Counter-Strike at the moment. The way the economy is, the way things can snowball so kind of quickly out of control, it just isn't worth taking these risks anymore. I think that's probably one of the biggest complaints that we see at the moment with Counter-Strike is just about that economy, in the sense that it's so fickle, isn't it? It's so feeble, it breaks so easily, and when it does, it's so difficult to build back up. I mean, I know we saw in a couple of the different instances of the major where, you know, sides put up really bad CT sides, you know, lost the pistol, and had the instances where, because things snowballed so quickly out of control, they were having like maximum like 3 full buys a half on the CT side. So I can understand Metizport on that one. Yes, they've got confirmed damage, but is it worth the risk? In CS2 at the moment, no. Maybe in the future, though. Hopefully in the future. We want to see those sort of things for the excitement. At the very least, back into a buy of some sort. It's UMP for Adam B.
Let's see we are. First head to roll. The defense looks decent, though. Still Susp in behind the pillar. Have they spotted him? Did he reveal himself there? It seems like he did, but he's able to find the kills nonetheless. This is certainly close with the low HP bars. But the remaining Aurora players not near enough to capitalize on them just yet. There will be a move in from Kenzie to try and get a catch. Chiquinho has to be careful on the AWP. The smoke down here as well might actually work against the CTs if they are not careful. Yeah, and they're just not considering Kenzie at all. That is a rough fight, but he makes 2 work. And all of a sudden, round's got to be over. Nilo, no chance.
I don't think he's even going to look in that direction. Not with 15 points of HP. Good work from Aurora. And do you know what? It has to be said as well. You know, at the moment with Overpass being, technically speaking, the second most CT side of the map in the pool, this is a really good T side. Already getting up to 5 rounds, keeping it competitive is a very, very good sign. And of course, Deco will pick up that AWP in a second as well once they know that the 1v2 isn't going to be attempted. Of course, for the trades, the rifle always a little bit easier. That'll be it around. Aurora up to a 5th. They take the lead. And yeah, Metizport, has to be said. As CT sides go, it's not exactly a super healthy one right now. Haven't exactly built the foundations that'll give us a lot of comfort, comfortability, and all the rest. Yeah, has to be said. A little concerned. Round number 10 about to come up. Aurora have the chance of guaranteeing at the bare minimum a tied half. And as T-sides go, that's an absolute win getting a tie. Any more is even better. It's the cherry on top. Because it's a low buy and 1 AK. A lot of pressure on Nilo's shoulders, but expectations are probably still pretty minimal.
Lucky. Moving through short waters here, Nilo just trying to get the timing on it. Lucky was still ready for him, though. Big kill there. For Aurora, does not last. It has been retrieved. Chiquinho comes in from behind. This is a lovely little crunch. Chiquinho on the AK, good for another, despite the fact that he's caught off. This is huge. 4v2. Absolutely mental stuff. Ah, man, Aurora will be kicking themselves, you know. Minimal investment, of course, for Metizport, but they have made this sing.
All it ever takes as well, right? Just one rifle scooped up, or at least the one that they brought in being passed along the line here, and it's worked so wonderfully. Like you said, Aurora, when they look back at this game, regardless of the result, it's these sort of rounds that you shouldn't be losing, ever. That's where composure really costs them. Deco going to try and make something work. That 2v5 is converting the pistol on this site. 2v4 with rifles is doable, but you can already see them sneaking up here in towards Bank. They've got to make this clearance. They've got to try and clear close left if they want to charge. Shadow Army spotted first. It will. Blacky going to find the kill. Trade comes through. Bomb dropped. Deco in trouble. Going to try and peer around this corner with the AWP, trying as best as he can to find this fight. And he does. Does he expect a second? I don't think so. So he's probably dead in a moment. Oh, hang on. Maybe not.
A lot of time to get the bomb down, though, Neo. He's got to rush in for that. That's going to allow Susp to close the gap and spam him down. A risky move from Susp, to be fair, to just go in for the spam. You never know what he could be playing with, but it pays off. It pays off, right? It all works out in the end. 5-5 for Metizport. A really nice pickup from them as well. Yeah, just a very, very dangerous round for Aurora to be losing. They will be kicking themselves. It comes close, but close is not going to cut it. You needed to take a lead here on the T side. Still a really solid T side, in fairness, but could have been deeper, could have been more.
Yeah, that's it. Aurora, especially if things slip at the tail end of this half as well, where you know, the potential of Metizport finding a 7-5, if that was to be the case, that would really, really hurt the confidence of what felt like a very decent half up until this point. Triple AK, double Tech 9. Not a dream buy, but it is workable. Chiquinho backside with AWP. Very easily could be overwhelmed from this position. Oh, he's going too close here. He's gone way too close. Tunnel vision in as well. Gets a kill, but only one. Way too exposed, and the Tech 9 causing problems. ZTR finds one, but he's low.
Deco a little deeper in, but they have indeed smoked things off. Metizport, again, we're going to have one of these textbook retakes from them. No flanking presence this time around, though. It's tough. They can wait for the smoke, right? They'll still have plenty of time. Oh, and plenty of utility. Got to be careful with how things go down before the smokes go down, however. Kenzie is the man to watch now, then, with this AK hidden away. Like he's going to be the first line of defense. Molotov'd out for now, but he's going to opt to play around it. Oh, takes a fair bit more damage than he was expecting. Does get one. Kenzie's come up at the same time, trying to spam away. Oh, no, Scrubs is holding. He was so close. Oh, has he got it? Yes, he does. Oh, my God. That was so tight for Kenzie, but he makes it work. I thought he had committed to, you know, thinking that he was off it. Holy hell.
I am pretty sure that was last bullet as well. Just to really rub salt in the wound there. Aurora gonna guarantee, like we said, at that bare minimum of tying up the half, but my God, they'll be made to work for it. I think it's the final round of the half. It's once again Metizport with only one rifle. Oh, this has been brutal for them. Back and forth into these low buys and just trying to get as much as they can out of it. Triple boost up towards Graffiti here. The big thing with this triple boost as well, yes, you're going to find a kill, but you've committed a lot towards this B site. Norvi, on towards right B. Now they know there's 4 towards the B site. They should just go A.
Yeah, I mean, potentially, right? It is a little over the top here, but they're still feeling confident. Deco going to manage to get another, as just respawn. Okay, so it's all good. They're just ready for the stack. 7-5 at the turn of the half. Pretty clean stuff. We'll see if they can continue it after the break. Hello, everybody. Welcome back in. We're just going to be on cams for a second here. I think just waiting for everybody to get ready on the server there. Not quite sure. Don't rightly know why, but we got a little bit of us. I don't know. I don't mind this. I don't mind this coming back on, right?
Yeah.
It's nice for people to know what you look like, I guess. Yeah, indeed. Very excited to get into the second half. Aurora, obviously, in a really good spot right now, I think. Yes, it has been close. Yes, it has been back and forth. We've sung some of the praises of Metizport. They may be coming as the slight favourites just based on recent history, but then Aurora have got this really great form at the moment in the online games. But there is also that overarching fact here that 7 rounds on the T side of Overpass is really quite good at the moment.
It is. It is. The second most CT side of map in the pool right now, and to get 7 rounds is really, really good. We're heading towards the second half in just a second, and a lot of the owners actually comes down to this pistol round. I genuinely think there's a real world we can start making the discussion that if Metizport cannot find a pistol here, they might be in a lot of trouble. It would give Aurora the real opportunity to get up towards, obviously 8 at the bare minimum, but if not 9, if there's a full eco following. And by that point, you could snowball towards the tail end of it. The gun rounds have been so even between these two sides that you'd expect and think that things will just remain even. But we'll see. You turn towards B, and then they come.
Ooh, Julie's not quite finding success, revealing themselves. There's so many flashes coming in. Nilo's going to capitalize on them somehow, though. There will be trades back. Short-lived for now, but there's still rotations coming in. This is all over. This is all over. The bomb is the one thing that has hit the deck, so Metizport have got a lot of work to do to try and win that back. And Deco maybe dropped the ball ever so slightly not to be able to find a trade in all the little chaos here with this 2 versus 2. Going to try and close the gap. They've not quite banked on this. He cancels the plant, looking for the head of the net. ZTR beats him on the ammo. Oh my goodness. Hella close with that Glock. He's got 8 more bullets.
Oh, that was so damn close. The main thing, Metizport found a pistol. That's all we really care about. They keep themselves in this conversation. They keep themselves in this map as well, which is very important. As we mentioned too, with Inferno being that map number 2, Inferno at the moment is absolutely anybody's game. As much as we like to look at numbers and statistics and win rates and percentages and all the rest when it comes towards maps, Inferno is probably the outlier to that one, where it is purely just on how you feel heading in towards the game, how you feel in terms of your confidence levels as you enter that map, and winning this one could spiral it into more. Lackey looking for information, nothing offering up on that double boost. Wrestle going to stick up close here as well. Force buy for Aurora, despite losing the pistol, is inherently a big risk, and now Wrestle's in a lot of trouble, caught in no man's land in water.
Trying to work his way into the smoke. He has lost his teammate. Oh, problematic. He also goes down himself. I think the remaining 2 will just look to save. Even that's going to be a bit tough. There is a small hunting party, and it has been eliminated immediately. Okay, Kenzie with a nice shot. Mac 10 to boot, but Metizport incredibly quickly able to even things up here on this T side.
Well, for Deco, pick up the Eagle alongside his scout as they look to exit somewhat safely, and they might be in the keyword here, get the opportunity at a rifle, because all of them are in the direction. Kenzie should be able to hear this. I don't know why you want to fight it though. Deco maybe can take a pop shot with the scout, but anything more feels inherently like a massive risk. Just toying with the food a little bit. Metizport tying this game up again. 7-all. 2 off the back of the start of this second half. Very good to see. Good for the confidence levels. And now we can see them chain a little, a few more together. Start to get these sort of wins on gun rounds. That's where Metizport can start to cause a bit of an upset here. It's been a scrappy game, and one which Metizport haven't always been in favor of. This strong start to the T side could be what they need.
adamb in a bit of a dangerous spot here. Meanwhile, just ready for that move. And the double spray down. Really nicely executed. 5-7 looking to creep in here. Oh, not being watched anymore. Just his footsteps. That's so unfortunate. I think he might have been able to catch adamb if he'd looked that way. But yeah, the water depth drawing him away. And a flawless round from Metizport. This is looking very, very good very, very quickly.
This is already exactly kind of what we want to see. It's quite simple fundamentally in terms of how they're approaching it, but it's working. That's all we care about. This is looking and feeling very, very good right now. We are starting to get this sort of expectation out of Metizport. This is a side who, you know, we were already talking about at one point were considered one of the best teams in Tier 2 at the start of the year. Had their moments where they maybe didn't quite look or maybe feel themselves. Although, this is better. Kenzie, though, going to answer back at the ZTR. Kenzie hunting, chasing as well, but on the plume of the nade, Deco will punish Nilo.
Kenzie next to fall. Let's see then. Metizport trying to wrestle their way back into this round. Deco in a pretty unorthodox spot here. Yeah, but they are unsure. Susp coming around the corner, trying to look for permission, and I don't think he was ready for that angle, was he? Crosshair correction does not come fast enough. He will fall. adamb. Decent find onto Result, but reveals his position, and Aurora will be more and more ready for the B side of things now, especially as the utility starts coming over the top. Metizport still going for this. They've got plenty of money to make it work. They can take some guns away. You know, the big picture certainly is decent here. But we'll see.
On the corner, adamb doesn't realize how she is to death here. You're going to find Lackey. Instant answer back from Norvi as adamb creeping forward now in a 1v2. There's ones in towards water. It's about the second player. He's now spotted in heaven. Oh, finds Deco as well. adamb, 20 seconds in a 1v1. It's Norvi on the side. He knows him towards water, and he's going to find it. adamb, that's a monstrous clutch. 1v2 with 2 points of HP. And Metizport extend the lead to 2. Beautiful work.
Ah, that is really, really nice, to be fair. Timeout coming in from them as well. I think they understand the position that puts them in. The potential that they have now, they'll be confident in their own map. Of course, we will talk about how open it may well be, but they will have the belief that they'll take it, as they should. So if they pick this one up, on the T side of all things, and if they do it in a pretty one-sided fashion, which is definitely on the cards now after winning that round, it really, really bodes well. And also fair, timeout coming in, try and figure it out. Let's be like, okay, let's chill. Where's their money at? Because it's a little hard to read right now, as, you know, we can also see in the decision-making from Aurora, etc., etc. So there's a lot of factors coming into these next couple of rounds for Metizport. Yeah,
no, exactly that. And for Aurora as well, on the other side, for them, they've, you know, quite considerably let things slip. It's not been good. 4 rounds in a row from Metizport off the back of the T side. Both sides looking considerably better on what is meant to be one of the hardest halves to play in the competitive map pool right now. Saying a lot. Comes down to these CT sides. Push in the corner. Nobody offering up for them. Going to get a lot of control here. If Metizport can find 10, if they can find it comfortably too, with not that many casualties, they're going to put themselves into such a strong position.
Just over a minute left on the clock. Yeah, Metizport. You can feel it. Really quite nervous with this round. The importance of it cannot be understated. So they are taking their time, which, I don't know, could play into their hands. Could be a bit disastrous. Deco finding the first is not good. Cheeky little off angle for Kenzie. Sets up 3 kills in total. And they have done enough. Norvi on the 5-7. Completely catches them, and Metizport maybe just putting too much weight, too much respect on that round, and it just gets the better of them.
It's one of those things, you see this happen from time to time when it comes towards these gun rounds where, you know, you're up against little to nothing, the team with all the firepower, all the advantages, they just overthink a lot of these situations. I think Metisport's a prime example right there. Could have very easily just barreled their way in towards a site and found the round just off the back of, well, firepower, individual prowess, but no. Overthink it, allow for isolation of fights, and Aurora punished them. Nicely done as well, because it feels like it keeps them alive in this map. Now up to an 8, 1 round behind. A really nice kind of buy around it too. They are starting to put the pressure back on Metizport.
Oh, Sus taking a fair bit of damage there on the spam. Not the best way to start this round, Metizport. Yeah, again, you can feel just sort of tense, maybe a little bit quicker moving. Lackey will eat a nade. Another one maybe on the way, but doesn't quite land in the same fashion. Slow build up here. Minute left on the clock. And again, Metizport. Try not to be super obvious, but I think it's a bit telegraphed it's going to be B.
It feels it, right? You know, they took that early control very easily, and then they haven't really poked or prodded any other parts of the map. They're just holding for rotations. Swing, come through, spotted, dropped. Nice. adamb for a double. That's a great trade towards Resol.
Little messy out here. Northeast still at the back end of the site. Deco continues finding frags, and the line will hold strong. Very strong indeed. Metizport with some decent entries, but as said, it was obvious, I think, at a certain point to Aurora that it was more likely to be B. They were pretty comfortable on their A setup. Metizport starting to show maybe some of the shallowness that they have here on Overpass.
Yeah, I think you're right, man. I think you're spot on. This is starting to get a little dicey. Metizport, like we said, they took early, short, kind of B control, and then they didn't really do anything with it. They didn't look anywhere else. They weren't even really showing presence towards bathrooms. And it cost them, oh my god, they're going to get too early with the pistols. That's 2 rifles to collect as well, but are they going to be given the luxury of collecting them? Well, that smoke should allow for it.
Does spot 1. Oh, got to be careful. Tracer's being followed by adamb. A lovely find. Now only 2 remaining. Yeah, maybe a riskier move, you could say, but they were in a position of desperation, I suppose. It is Metizport making these wackier rounds, these less predictable rounds work in their favor. Not over just yet, though. Not over just yet. I like Resalt's position very, very much. There's a decent amount of utility for Metizport, but they might not expect him here.
What is the play? Oh, well, Wrestler's going to find one. Going to give them a chance, too. Information gain, that smoke could have come down aptly timed as well. And I'm sure Wrestler's probably beckoning over a rotation. As long as he doesn't overextend, he should be fine here.
Yep.
Does he finds a kill, and he goes untraded.
Okay. Okay. Oh, another one as well. He's going to run out of ammo. Jaquinho, got to get this trade. He does indeed, but my goodness, it's come a lot closer than they would have expected. And I don't think, Jaquinho is ready for this player to be in just yet. Oh, tries his best to check all the angles, but it will not pay off. Double digits for Aurora, and a huge steal from them in the 4v2.
Yeah, absolutely. That is a pretty calamitous kind of collapse as well, considering it already kind of felt like Aurora was saving at one point. Then they let it slip, and Metizport going to be kicking themselves. Again, I think it comes down to what we've already been saying about how at times they just overthink so many of these situations. They just give themselves so little to work with, and it's so costly. I hate to see it, but giving Aurora way too much comfortability when it comes to some of these opportunities. And it is, it hurts to see.
I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? It is weird. You know, they lack some of the confidence that a team that's taken out legendary players on this map, you'd expect them to have it. But, they're looking a little more timid on this T side than we would like. Can see. Got to be careful. Smells a bit of a rat, and he will get the drop there. Untraded as well, Nilo. Trying to make an aggressive move, but not going to happen. 5v4 ensuing. So what do we do with this now on the Metizport side once again? A little down and out, a little less comfortable in terms of where their buy is. And now man down does not help. 45 seconds, Aurora looking to start hammering this one home.
Less, adamb has something to say about it. We'll find Lackey, good work. Trying to make his way forward to TR calling from the grave. Nade in the corners, great on towards Result. Suspo combined, the twins making it work, but they're both going to fall in tandem. Nilo's all that's left. He's spotted, he's dropped, and Aurora inch closer and closer to seeing out this map. 2 rounds ahead, 2 rounds away. And another one in which Aurora, they just stack that B site and it works oh so easily.
Damn. Yeah, Aurora just seems to have that number at the moment. You know, it looked very good. We were, what, 9-7? You know,
yeah.
after winning some of the earlier rounds and converting the pistols, stealing one away, you really did think that Metizport were going to start running with it. They took a timeout, and ironically enough, they took a timeout and then it started going downhill, which is usually the opposite of what happens. Yeah, so absolutely wild. Going to try and rush out here. Quick play towards the short water from both sides results in a 1-for-1. A recovered weapon as well for Mr. Susp in the end. 4 versus 4. Metizport battling for survival, trying to keep them off of 12, and it's a pretty good statement in the early stage. Norvi ready for the boost, though. That is as easy as it comes for him.
Waiting. Something to work. I guess when you're kind of Jaquinho and ZTI, I don't even really know what you do. ZTR alone. From bathrooms as well as where he'll play behind that smoke. Which is through it. Thankfully, Kenzie was there as well to spot him, and then Deco swings in for the fight. All that's left is a pistol. And Aurora going to be up towards their 12th at point on their map pick. It's taken a bit of a time to get here, but at the very least, are on track to do so, and Deco will see it off. Had a fantastic game, Deco. So 23-10. Large and by far top man on the server. Here are on Overpass. As map point is collected for Aurora and Metizport, it does feel like mentally they're a little bit checked out now.
Yeah, potentially. Potentially, man. I don't know. It, again, is so wild, but Aurora just proving why this is indeed their pick and one of their best maps at the moment. Looking pretty good, even with the change today and the lack of coach, etc., etc. Metizport, meanwhile, yeah, just lost it. Just lost it. They definitely had the game not firmly in their hands, but in their control. Oh, the flash comes round. Doesn't make a difference to Mr. Deco. He will be traded. It's Kenzie in at the connector who goes untraded for a man advantage. A keen start once again for Aurora, unfazed by these ZTR. Brings it back, looking for one more. Gonna run out of ammo. Smoke going down, trying to keep himself alive, but he just did not have the ammo and the presence to stop the fight coming his way. He's done some decent damage there, but they lose the advantage once again.
All goes eerily kind of quiet around it too. Waiting for something to offer up. Getting it behind, and we'll find Norvi. That's going to give them the sight. At the very least, there's a lot to work with here. It's about, can they make this stick? Bomb going to go down. That's no issues.
Bomb has been planted.
And now what do Lackey and Resol even do? Very far away, but they're grouping up through bathrooms.
Lackey. Long range, he's going to catch the back of a player here. Yeah, Jaquinho not banking on that at all. I'm not sure whether really he should have been able to hear the player running in there. Potentially comms getting over the top of it, of course. Nilo looking to play against 2 to stay alive. The bomb pretty far ticked here, but he can definitely work around that. Finds the first, isolates that fight. Flash going over the top. And the bomb too far gone. He will find both anyway. And there you have it, Metizport staying alive.
Really well done as well, has to be said. In that 1v2, he knows he just doesn't need to fight. That's the main thing. Don't overface. Don't give them an opportunity. Don't try any sort of heroics. Just play it nice and slow. Play for that time. And like you said, the bomb was so far ticked anyway. Just see it off in your favor. Aurora now left with a bit of a weird decision in terms of investment. Lackey's fine. Kenzie's fine. But then the rest of the team aren't. Do they opt for a force and risk it? Or play things slow and play for the final round of regulation, which still does give you the risk, of course, of overtime. Hero Rifle seems to be the call. Metizport themselves are the ones who call for that tack at timeout. They're having that conversation. Bringing Abdi towards the fray, seeing what he's seen so far. Yeah, all that really Aurora have to work with. Hero Rifle and Lackey, and then potentially a couple of upgraded pistols around it. Not exactly all too great. They're playing for round number 24. Inherently, though, that is a risk, because Metizport could snowball to OT.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, man. This is super tentative, you know? And that's why we said that they were in control. Oh, Lackey will take out Nilo. The one strong gun in this round is taking control. Yes, bomb at his feet. He's not got any support, though. If he had some friends around, maybe they could really make something of this. He's trying to obviously move away and buy that time to let these short players come towards him. And it gets very scary indeed. Meanwhile, down below, ZCR creeping. Oh, he may well get overwhelmed. He's only got that UMP, for goodness sake. Smoke going down. He's taking a dink. So it's not like he's made the situation any better, but at the very least, he has scared them off.
And it's all well and good that Metizport are, you know, pushing deep here in towards A, but they can't do anything with it. They've got to get the bomb. Deco drops Susp. Of all the ways to lose a map, being it this way, overfacing, overfighting, and not succeeding is a brutal way to do it. Rifle has crossed. adamb did not spot him. I'm assuming probably because he's in 4x3. But he will at least get one of the pistols. Time ticking though. Lads, 30 seconds. You've got to get that bomb, and then you've got to go towards a site. They've basically got a knife-out run here. And even then, it's a treacherous crossing.
Okay, 15 seconds. They've got to, get this kill in towards long, not considering it at all, but adamb does indeed check it. It's the player out at the back end of truck. So again, completely unexpected. Kill comes in. He's got the bomb. Oh, there's not enough time. There's surely not enough time. I don't think so. Nah, ticked over, man. Ticked over into that 3 seconds before he started planting. Oh, what a way to lose it. What a way to lose it. They battled so well. I figured long would be the angle that you maybe overlook. You know, you've not heard anyone out from there, but just rushing, splitting up a little bit. And yeah, it's the guy at truck. It's the guy at truck that gets them. That's crazy.